Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's the Christian and Daniel Show.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christian.
Hello, everyone, and my name is Daniel.
And we make up the two hosts of the Christian and Daniel Show.
Bienvenidos.
Enchanté.
What is it? What was it?
I said enchanté.
No, but there was a show that
Oh, it's an SNL skit where they're talking about like luxury items. It's these three porn actors. Two ladies and a male, and the male's played by Ben Affleck, and they're talking about like Hermes, and they're all Hermes. It's luxurious, and they're just like they look like they're just total recovering from a rough night, and they're like it's beautiful, it's luxury. Hermes.
Well, welcome everybody to the Christian and Daniel Show. To all our friends watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, thank you for watching. If you don't mind sharing this on your page so that other folks can watch along with you. If you're watching us on YouTube, do us a favor, scroll down, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let you know every time there's a new show. We're going to remind you that on Mondays, we've got horoscopes through all of our social channels. Also, every other Monday right now, we've got Insightful, a movie review show. And on our next episode, we'll be talking about Torch on Trilogy. On Wednesdays, we've got Christian and Daniel Show. On Fridays, we've got The Card Depot Presents Zodiacs. And on Saturdays, we've got Put It Together live stream. So you see, we got things going on. And every once in a while, a show will pop up in the other days. So make sure you join them. Yes, it looks a little different. We're trying to upgrade everything, folks. We do it just for you. And hey, Charlie.
Hello, Charlie.
See you. How you doing, babe?
I'm doing pretty good. It was I went out and did a long exercise walk. I did laundry, and now that I'm doing like lights and darks, it takes longer now. Even though, thank God, the washer and dryer are much faster than the old ones, so it doesn't take me all day. But it does take. I got a little late start on it, and now I'm actually being responsible and separating the clothes. I'm actually seeing the whites are getting whiter, and they're staying whiter, and stuff like that. But it was a good day. Yesterday I worked with the kids. Tomorrow and Friday I get to do essay review, which is one of my favorite activities. I do enjoy it a great deal, and I need to contact my boss because I need to set up just a little check-in meeting with her. We have Whirlpool, brand new Whirlpool top loading washer and front loading dryer, gas dryer. Yeah, my landlord decided to get his wife new things, or him new things, or them new things, and I get to use it too. I'm so grateful for that.
My washer's why gotta be the white ones? Why gotta be so great about the white ones?
I didn't say anything about the color.
You said
they're
white.
Actually black, Daniel.
You said you're separating the colors and the
You're
white.
being such a racist right now.
Why gotta be the whites?
Why you gotta worry about color?
I don't see color. I see dirty clothes.
No. No, they're Whirlpool washer and dryer.
Christian does good with laundry. Christian is good with laundry. He does my laundry when I'm there, so I just shows it.
Yeah. It's just because it's not. People think because it's a top loading washer that it's not HE, but now all the new washers, whether they're top loading or front loading, are all HE washers. So yeah, you can't use too much detergent because it will. Even if you put on an extra rinse, it still won't rinse it all out because it uses. They also are programmed to use minimal water to wash, so it's crazy. But what I love is, the problem with top loaders is people always get off balance and it doesn't spin. Then you come back thinking it should be done and it's not because it was off balance and it didn't spin. So you have to take all the wet stuff out and rebalance it. This one, knock on wood, it absolutely works. Does not have any problems with unbalanced loads. It just works. I'm so happy about that.
Can I just mention what a change of time and age thing is that the big conversation right now is washing machines.
Yes. For those of us, Danny, who actually do laundry. But no, that's what I'm using. Actually, I did not know this, but I didn't know Tide has these extra heavy duty sterilizing wash pods now. And the normal ones are like about that, about like that. They're like pretty small. These ones, I guess, are for extra big loads, and they're like double the size. They're gigantic. And they're supposed to like kill 99% of bacteria in your clothes, so they always smell clean at night. Anyway, I bought that, and I didn't realize I was buying these gigantic pods. So it'll be interesting to see how things pan out with that.
I haven't heard about that, Michael. A machine that folds your clothes.
Yeah, I've seen it on TikTok. The people demoing it. I guess that's benefit of being an influencer. If you're successful, people send you great free stuff to talk about.
Like, how close are we getting to the Jetsons now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, besides flying taxis are going to be a thing in the not so distant, very soon, actually. But but as far as the flying cars, I don't think we're really near that yet. But we're electric cars that can sound like a Jetson thing.
I wonder. I'm going to Google to see how many inventions.
And it does look like a printer. It's pretty cool. I like anything. If something will fold my clothes really neat and nice, I'd probably have way more space in my drawers and be able to utilize them better. I do not like ironing. I'm not very good at it, and I don't enjoy it. So I would love a machine that folds clothes.
Well, here you go. There are 12. Here's a list of 12 cool technologies the Jetsons predicted because they were actually technically in the year 2062.
Yeah.
That we have right now.
So we haven't caught up with them quite yet.
So 12 things the Jetsons actually already invented that we yes, everybody's gonna be singing. Dun, 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 dun. Christian and Daniel visit the Jetsons. That would be a cool cartoon. Video calls, which we already have. We do all the time.
On our phones and our computers.
Robotic vacuums. We have those.
Yeah, we have those.
Tablet computers.
Yeah.
Robotic house help. Got those.
Like I say, they have that in Japan.
Technically, they're not out, but technically they do have them. Flying cars. There is a flying car. It's just not out for sale.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they're going to be a taxi before they're a car for just your everyday person.
Smart watches. Drones.
Yep.
Holograms.
Yeah, and apparently there's a new McDonald's that just opened up somewhere in Texas. I don't know where. That is all robotic. It has the robots. You order your food electronically, and if you go through the drive-thru, you have to order it through the app, and then the drive-thru will just hand you your food. A robot hands you your food there, and if you go inside and order, a robot brings it out to you. That's crazy. It has the staff only is sitting there doing the cooking, which is actually the job probably they wish the robot was doing.
Which TikTok has the one in is it Japan where the robot just comes up to your table.
Yeah.
So 3D printed. Oh, 3D printed food.
We're going to have that pretty soon. They've been working on that for a while because also the same printers that can print food, they also can advance them a bit and use different materials to load in them. They're trying to make it to where it's an organ printer. So you can, if you need a kidney, it just prints out a kidney from your DNA. So it's an exact match.
We have jetpacks.
Yeah, we do.
We have flat screen TVs.
Yep.
And that's it. That was the
Isn't
tour.
that crazy? Like, it's crazy. Like a lot of these shows about that were about the future. We have a lot of that stuff. Yet we all complain. The thing we complain about that we're all, I can't believe they always keep saying we're going to have this and we don't. Like Blade Runner is the flying cars. Like that's what people are really hung up on. Like everybody wants to have a flying car in their garage so they don't have to deal with traffic anymore. But I go, then you'll just have traffic in the air. It's not like it's gonna get rid of traffic. It's just a different way to get somewhere.
And then this one's on the list, which actually does exist, but not everywhere, and it can be used instead of a probing camera, is pill cams.
Oh yeah, and we have the medical. They have the little medical reporting devices that can go right under your skin, and they can just scan you, and they can keep that way. Also, your doctor can keep continuous track of your blood sugar, like everything.
Well, it's the same as
It's just not. People just aren't. People are saying it's people are against putting devices under their skin because they say it's a way of it's an invasion of privacy.
But some people already have that, don't they?
Technology up, huh?
Some people already have that, don't they?
Oh yeah, some people do.
Yeah. And then it's like Back to the Future. The thing that they argue about is the hoverboard.
Yeah. And there actually is a hoverboard, a functioning hoverboard out there in the world, but it's way too expensive and advanced to ever be sold as like a toy.
GoPros.
And it's not a simple technology. It's basically having to use superconducting magnets to work. And it's built by Lexus, though. It's built by Lexus.
We're closer to the Jetsons than we think they are. But wasn't 2022 or 23 the year that technically George Jetson was born?
Yes, I think that was it.
Was it last year?
2022.
Or this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I laugh because when you watch a movie called Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and hello, Nancy, Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes, the year that they show as when LA is in complete ruin and it's all dystopian and destroyed, is 1997, and we're at 2023, and LA didn't end up, thankfully, like they portrayed it, and we did not have the collapse of society yet, if at all. Who knows?
Okay, I don't know about this, but I'd be creeped out if I haven't heard that.
Well, I think personally, a device like that.
We'll talk about owns everything.
Let's install it in the people in jail. They don't have personal rights because they're felons and they're in jail. Inject them all with these little monitors, and then we'll know where they are. We could track where they are. I think it kind of is smart, but I don't know. Then it turns into other people.
I would say people on probation would be, because once you're on probation, some folks, like in Texas, your record gets expunged, which means it doesn't exist anymore, and you're not on probation. Your record's cleared. So, but yes, a dog chip.
It's more advanced than the ones we put in dogs, but yes.
But the idea is that
using that same technology.
Because when you're on probation, you can't cross state lines. So if you are chipped or tagged, and if you're trying to cross, how many times do we hear, not to get all political, and we're not going to get all political, but how many times do we hear about ex-convicts committing crimes again? And that would be a perfect way to stop that. Anyway, that said, I looked it up, and yes, George Jetson was born last year. So just so you know. just so you know. Speaking of birthdays, one of my friends, Chris Bunn, is his birthday today. So Chris, I know he watches the show sometimes. If you're watching, Feliz birthday. I hope you have a good day. And then speaking of national celebrations, today is National Texas Day.
Wow. Yay.
Go Texas.
Now, what was the thing about Texas that you always tell me? Like, Texans get mad when you call them a state because they say they're not a state.
We're a republic.
Yeah, they're a republic, which is different than a state because they have different way. They can make different laws and not necessarily they can make different decisions on the federal level.
And again, not getting political, but Texas has always wanted to what's the word? Resign? No. Separate.
Oh, yeah, they've wanted to become their own
Yeah.
entity,
But
separate
for
from the
everybody,
United States.
I mean, I think everybody knows I grew up in Texas, and so I do love Texas. I mean, Texas, and there is Texas pride. There is a Texas pride.
Oh yeah.
If you were born there, there's a certain level. If you live there, there's a certain Texas pride that comes with it.
There's the TikTok I would have liked to share today. Is the one where the guy goes, I wake up in the morning and I have a whatever he drink. I have a strong coffee or a beer or something, and then I spend 4 hours. Remember that video you sent
Oh
me?
yeah.
That would be a cute one to show as a TikTok on the show. I think
I should.
Today would have been a great day for that. I wish we'd done that if I knew.
Well, actually, Charlie, I had a burrito for lunch today, so I've already celebrated my Texas. I should have worn my Texas shirt. I should have just thought about it. So to all the people, Nancy, to everybody in Texas, happy
Texas Day.
I don't know why.
Jazzy.
Today there's a lot of really cool national days today, but one that stood out because I like it very much. Today is National Dark Chocolate Day.
I love dark chocolate.
I like dark chocolate. That's in fact I had a piece before I started. Dark chocolate. So if you have chocolate at home, have some dark chocolate today. And today, which actually, yes, you're welcome. Which actually, Christian, this is one of for you. This should be it's a special day. Today is National. It's National Hug Day.
Aww.
Because for those of you who have never met Christian in person, you're missing out. Christian gives some really good hugs.
I do. And I'm soft and cuddly.
You are. Yes, I love dark
I
chocolate.
especially love dark chocolate.
In the state constitution, Texas could leave the union, but
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
have a hard time with it.
But
I'm sorry. The United States, they would make life on their own as difficult as possible. For them. It would be crazy. No, I've been told in program by a lot of my fellows that I give really good, like they literally come to me if they're able to have a hug. They come for a hug. And it's funny because when I came into program, I didn't even like being touched, let alone hugging people. So it's funny how part of my recovery has been, I enjoy a great hug. I enjoy a nice, solid, meaningful hug.
so if you've ever received a Christian hug, could you please put a heart in the comment section so we know how many people, I was going to say how many people you've touched, but that sounds weird, so I'm not going to say.
Daniel, I work with children, please.
These are all adults. Oh,
I'm
see
kidding,
that
guys, too. I tutor kids, but it's online, not virtually.
before 2020. It doesn't matter, Michael. Just play the game. I was gonna Google something, but I just forgot.
Thank you, Nancy.
Um,
Nancy is a good hugger, too.
she is a good hugger too.
I love hugging Nancy. And then after we hug her, we always go, is it time for cafecito?
Cafecito.
But let's not get into that whole discussion again. We went quite a ways down the rabbit hole with that last time or the time before.
What other?
These circular things, I love the little lid, but every time you drink, it like wants to go up a nostril. And you can't take it off. It's really annoying, actually.
Another, and this one brought back so many memories. So I don't know if this is going to bring memories to you guys. But today is Global School Play Day. Just me?
I was in plays all through high school, so yeah.
No, not like theater play.
Oh, you mean play, like playing
Like
outside?
play outside, play in the.
Oh, no one does that anymore.
Recess.
Are you
I
kidding?
know, but how many? Like maybe Nancy will remember because she didn't go to the school, but least I don't remember her going to this school. I remember if Nancy went to the grade school, Obadiah. Well, for everybody in Dallas, I went to Obadiah Night grade school, which was like
Old,
2 blocks from my school.
Old Medallion Night.
Obadiah.
I don't know what. Obadiah.
The name of the school was.
I know. I'm
Obadiah.
trying to figure out what it is.
His
Obadiah.
name. It was named after a gentleman, like jump rope. Yeah.
Jumpagaya.
Obadiah.
I didn't even realize what that sounded like.
You did go to grade school. Okay.
Welcome to Jumpagaya School.
So at Obadiah Night School,
Obadiah.
it's this Obediah. Obadiah.
It sounds notoriously Mormon, actually.
I don't even know who. Okay, while I talk, I don't even know who he was named after. Obadiah Night.
That just sounds super, super like old school Mormon from a long time ago. Obadiah's out in the farm. He's out milking the cows. Obadiah.
Obadiah, no.
Where are you?
He was a professor of anatomy at the Texas Medical School. So that's who he was named after.
Wow.
So
That's
we
your
both,
school?
Nancy and I both went to Obadiah Night grade school. And
Wow.
in the back of the school, they had the
playground?
yes, but they had one of the merry-go-round things.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Does anybody know? Yes. You sit there and
And you put one foot down and you just spin.
Yes, but it was big. The late Anna Nicole was from Texas. Yes, she was from Texas.
Yeah, she was hardcore Texas.
So you would sit, right, and it was round, and everybody sat on it, and then somebody pushed it. And you
okay. You guys
around and started going, woo! So they took it away from her.
So dangerous.
Yes, but this was the 70s. It was the 70s.
Yeah,
so
no one cared. They're like, you kick and fluff. And they didn't have soft ground either. It was just tarmac.
this was the 70s in Texas. We rode in the back of pickups and on station wagons, and nobody
remember
wore
the
seatbelts.
Subaru Brat? That little truck that Subaru made in the 70s, that's called the Subaru Brat. It had the 2 built-in seats in the back.
Yes.
It had 2 seats built in, and I don't even think they had seatbelts on them.
So
you just
sat there, and this is Texas. Like you rode in the back of pickup trucks, like.
And then the same thing, like you said, your parents, that roller seat that they have in the back of the station wagons,
just open
when you're facing backwards. There's no seatbelt, or it's just like a laptop no one ever wore.
It had no seatbelts. Nobody cared. You had lead pencils, and we ate them. Like we were alive.
We had lead paint.
I'm Wellish.
Yeah, we were kids of the 70s. That's when we were kids.
More than once, and I'm sure I was part of that. More than once, we would be sitting there holding, and of course, somebody would be turning.
Oh yeah.
And you were just like, whoa! And all of a sudden, you let go, and like, poof, there goes the kid flying.
Yeah, because centrifugal force is pulling you so hard.
And we used to have. Do you remember the monkey bars?
Oh yeah, I love monkey bars.
But we had the one that was like 4-sided, big, and then it got smaller, and then it got smaller. There was like 3 levels.
Like a rocket, kind of.
And I know I fell off of it a couple of times.
Oh God. All monkey bars, everyone's falling off. I remember the monkey bars that were like a big hexagon, like a dome.
Yes, we had yeah.
And then we had big tractor tires that they had halfway buried in the dirt. And you got to play in the tire. We'd hide on the top of the tire. Like you'd hide it. It was disgusting. They were probably getting exposed to every germ on the planet, every bug on the planet. But we loved it. We'd play in the tires, and then they had loose ones. So we'd put kids in it, like 2 or 3 of us, and then we'd roll it down. The backside of our playground had a slight hill, and then it's ended at like a rain gutter. And you'd roll people down the hill in the tire, and then you hit the rain gutter really hard when you stop and everyone falls out. But oh my God, we used to do that with a huge, it was like these gigantic tractor truck tires. And we would get inside and roll. It was so much, I remember it was so much fun, but how we didn't have like more broken skulls and broken bones and legs is a miracle. Like, but nothing was safe. that was where during the summer they gave us metals. We had metal slides, so that in the summer, if you went out there during the summer, got on the slide, you'd literally it smelled like bacon when you got to the bottom because you'd be 3rd-degree burned.
Oh my God, the burns, especially
And
like on the slide.
And then they put mats underneath all the monkey bars. But the mats were just like hard as rock. They were as hard as the tarmac. So I never understood that. Like, what is so the blood doesn't show or the blood goes below the mat. But we had parallel bars. We had the big rings that you could swing on.
Oh,
And then we had the big hexagon dome.
we had the
And we
chin
had a
up
rocket thing too
bars.
that it got narrower as you went up too. Very
the chin
dangerous.
up.
I don't think they make anything like that anymore.
We had the 3 chin-up bars. We had the small, medium, and large.
Oh
And
yeah, we had that
and then
on the
you would-
other side of the school
you would sit on it with your leg and then
and roll under.
twirl. But then once in a while, there was always the kid that couldn't hold on his leg and it would just go. Man, I just think if we had TikTok
Back then.
back then,
Yeah.
the amount of tragedy. So I found a picture. This is the merry-go-round that we had at school.
Oh God, it was wood.
Yes.
Oh, that
And-
would hurt so bad.
And you would sit and somebody would be pushing you and go round and round and round. And eventually you wouldn't hold on. Now, the thing in our school in the mornings, because we always played it in the mornings before class. The thing was that if somebody flew off, then whoever was pushing everybody got to jump into that spot. So you wanted somebody.
And then the one who's been mortally injured gets up and starts.
Yes. Once you brushed off the dirt and the blood,
You go back and
it was you
because
don't
the faster you spin it, the more likely someone's going to lose their grip or get tired and let go, and you'll get to take their spot. So you get to get back
Oh.
on.
Yeah, I forget that you guys are younger, but yeah, no, we had the metal
Oh,
slide.
and the big tractor tires. They also built a pyramid. Like in 3rd grade, after 3 years of just rolling in the tire, they built like a pyramid of them. So you literally could go all the way down to the bottom. And you had to crawl your way back. But that pyramid would get filled with water from rain and dirt and mud and other horribleness, and animals would do their thing in it. And we just crawled in it no matter what. Yay! Yay! I'm like, it was the most unsanitary, disgusting. I wouldn't even climb on one today. But when kids in the 70s, we didn't get a shot full of everything we needed to be immune to. We got shots, but we didn't get like the shots like kids get today. I looked at my doctor had a listing of all the shots that you got if you were born in this time frame, and then the shots you get if you're a modern baby born in our current time frame. And the list is like almost 2 pages for a modern baby, and for us it was like a quarter of a page. Like, you're just immunized. You basically won't get polio or the mumps. That's about it. It was so few things. And I'm like, this is what I have? She goes, yeah. And I go, so my immune system, basically, I trained my immune system because we drank out of hoses. We would drive up. It's totally true. It was on some skit I saw or something on TikTok where they're like talking about being a Gen X and growing up in the 70s. And you would ride up to someone's house. It didn't even have to be someone you knew. You just ride up to their house, pick up their hose, and turn it on if you wanted to drink a water. And they didn't care. Like, no one cared. And it's like, you don't know where that hose has been. You could have just given a dog an enema before you got there. I mean, it's
But
so
we did it too.
gross.
We had our hose right in front of by our front door.
Yeah.
And our houses where we grew up, Nancy and I grew up, there were no fences in the front yard. We were open,
Yeah.
so everybody just played from yard to
We didn't
yard.
have fences either.
I remember our house had the hose right up front, so everybody would just run to our house to drink. But I always remember in the summertime, you had to let the water run. Do not drink right away.
Because it was boiling hot.
Blazing hot, yes. I didn't play with snakes, Michael. I played with roaches. I don't remember.
Yeah, and Charlie, I totally remember the middle bars. Like, summers is when you remember it because you remember touching them.
Here, this will give y'all some. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's a hideous one, but yeah.
But The worst thing about it was when you reached the very top one
Uh-huh.
and there was nowhere to go. And then
And kids would fight for the top. Like if you're up there and there wasn't room for another kid, they'd fight you and just knock you off the thing.
and then you would
fall
just
down.
fall right in the middle.
Yeah,
And
it was
then,
bad.
and that's if
It was
you were
great. I mean, I loved it. I had so much fun on all this stuff.
if your aim was good and you fell just down the middle, that was good. But if
Right.
for some reason your leg or your head hits
Hits
the
the
bar,
bar. Ouch. Yep. That's why I think when we were
Explains
kids in
a
the
lot.
70s, there had to be a nurse at the school. There wasn't an option because we could have been killed or infected or pierced or cut by any number of things.
so for those of you watching, do you have any like horror stories of your playground when you grew up? But I forget that some of the people watching us are really young.
Yeah.
And
They were
by the
children
time
of-
they came around, they didn't have any of this in the schools.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember this guy, John Fink, and myself, and a couple other kids, we would literally just go run around the perimeter of the back of the school, which was pretty big, particularly when you're a little kid. I remember we just go running. I'm like, as you can see, I did not continue running. And I go, just like I watch runners now, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you running? Why are you in such a hurry? But, I know why, logically, but it just is funny because I think we used to just go running. That was entertaining to us. And it was crazy. And we had this rain gutter that we all loved to play in. A rain gutter. Oh, we were crazy. We did crazy stuff. And then we had kickboard. Did you guys have the boards that were just like these wood boards with a metal base that were just built in the middle of the playground so you could play kickball on them? You could kick a ball. Two kids. We had that. I guess we were a deluxe playground where you could play kickball against the board.
In our school, the big thing for competition was tetherball.
Oh yeah, we had tetherball. Funny. Do you remember kids getting wrapped up against the bar with the rope, like going around their neck and their body and everything? Like that was like part of the. That was some of the kids, I guess, would get picked on.
Yeah, the
and bullying was really different in our time. It was me.
If you've ever watched the cartoon Recess, it gives you I think that's a good representation of tetherball.
Yeah.
Tetherball was right. Yeah, if you were good at tetherball in our school, like boys and girls played tetherball together, but the way you knew you were a good tetherball player and people feared you is if you could hit the ball just right and you would slam the other person
in the head or their face. Absolutely. It was violent. There was no kindness. That's what you were trying to do every time you hit the ball, was to get it to hit them in the head.
Do you remember when you hit your head with the...
That explains a lot.
Okay, so Nancy's going way back. And it's actually like bad on her. So Nancy goes,
it was her fault.
Yeah, it was her fault.
Yes, that you fell and hit your head on a rock.
To this day, the story is it was her fault. So I was about a year old, and our grandmother, my dad's parents, lived a couple of blocks from where we used to live. And Maddie, how are you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Oh yeah. So the story is Nancy's taking care of me because for those of you who don't know, my sister is 9 years older than me. So she was 9 or 10, and I was like a year. She must have been 10 because I was like a year old. Yeah. And I'm in the carriage, and
no, you were older.
I was older. I was older than that. Okay. So because I remember. You
would remember from one.
And so we're going to my grandmother's house, and apparently, correct me, Nancy, I fell out of the stroller and I hit myself on the head. And my grandmother was nearby, so they picked me up, and they were like, "Well, you go tell your mom that he fell down." And I was a little rambunctious, so always. But the whole blame was on
Not
her.
you. Not
And
you.
Nancy, the story is that she was so scared to go tell my mom that I had fallen and hurt myself. I do remember this because across the street from our grandparents' house was a little store. For anybody who's in Mexico, they have little stores just standing there. I was running around. I thought it was in the carriage. Okay, so the whole,
Wow,
my whole
Danny,
life
you
is
have
a
altered
lie.
this story to meet your needs,
My
apparently.
whole life is a lie. I've been lied to. But wasn't there the red? There was these popsicles, this little, not popsicles. They were these candy
Lollipops.
lollipops. Thank you. These little red lollipops that they only sell in Mexico. I've never seen them in the States. And that's how I remember it. But that's how Nancy, that's how we were scared of my mom. Well, mostly Nancy. But then the revenge came when Robert, Nancy's oldest, would hurt himself. And I had to watch him. Because for those of you that don't know, I'm 10 years older than my nephew. So when I had to watch him and then he would get hurt, I would get in trouble for him. And I was like, they're like, you're supposed to be watching. I'm like, he's not even my brother. Why am I watching him? I have people to see.
Because he's your nephew.
Tell it the den runner around his house.
Absolutely.
You
And
are-
he jumped off of roofs and
You are wrong. I
hit,
did
his,
that.
hit his face on sliding glass doors and hurt his head falling off a roof. And it's crazy. He was a crazy kid.
I was.
And I bet Robert was pretty rambunctious too, because he seems like he would have been that type of kid.
So the correction stands. I was running around. I fell down. I know I hit my head, and Nancy was scared of going to my mom and tell her that. My mom was pretty rough. My mom was rough.
Your mom was tough when I met her, and she wasn't even all at full strength.
True
And I was
story,
scared to death of her.
when Christian met my mom in 2016, this is my mom in like full Alzheimer's
Yeah,
mode.
not at all like the woman she would have been.
She would give Christian the most evil eye. And the time what? The time you climbed to the veranda. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's just telling all my stories.
But she was 10 years old, so she got to witness everything and
Okay.
remember.
So this is back the first house. This is where the house where we were born. But where I was born, I don't know if Nancy was born in that house or not. But where I was born in Monterrey, there was the rail. It was a rail for the porch, and it was a really small porch. But me and the little neighbor, we would climb on the rail and then jump, touch the light bulb, and jump on the floor. I don't know why. We were in Mexico. That's the entertainment that was available. And
I thought it was eating scorpions and putting roaches on strings.
no, it was beetles and not roaches. I put beetles on strings and let them fly. But that's when I was older, not when I was a kid. That's dumb, Christian. But as a kid, I was very young because we moved out of that house when I was like 5 years old
Wow.
to where my sister Juanita lives now. We moved out of the old house into the new house when I was about 5 or 6 years old. So I must have been like 4 or 5, like really young. But we would jump, we would get on top of this rail, jump, touch the light bulb, hit the floor, and then do it again. Well, in one of those, my foot got caught, and I basically like this. I just did this,
Yeah.
and just
first.
which folks explains a whole lot now. Like you're getting the whole backstory, and they had to take me to the hospital, and they thought I was going to be like they really thought I was going to have mental issues.
You mean they thought you had brain damage?
Yes, yeah, basically.
Yeah, I have brain damage.
And he was asking if I have an instrument to ask her for pozole. Because there's Juanita's Menudo, the commercial that I did.
Is that the commercial you did?
The commercial I did for Juanita.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sure Juanita makes menudo. I'm sure she can.
She does. She does.
She makes a really good menudo.
She makes pretty
Is that the Christmas menudo?
Well, in our family, we used to eat menudo all the time. So.
Well, I know, but I've only had the Christmas menudo that I've ever liked.
No, and back when we were kids,
But
whenever we drove from Dallas to Monterrey, the tradition was there was always menudo waiting for us when we got there. So,
and I was going to say that menudo we had at Christmas, that was from Monterrey, right? That was one of your relatives made that when we were at Marcy.
I remember Nancy would know that. I don't know who made that.
Oh no, you're the one who told me.
I don't know. I didn't make it. I mean, I didn't know about it.
You did. You had 2 big helpings of menudo.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have known who made it.
You did. You said it was from your family. Anyway.
Well, I don't remember who.
Well, we all know already. It's been confirmed that he changes memories to be convenient.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm curious, Christian. What's the Christmas menudo? It's the menudo we eat at Christmas.
It's just menudo, and I just happen to experience it at Christmas.
It comes with the bowl and some balls.
They don't just. They use the whole bowl was used.
It has tinsel in it.
Okay, so Nancy told me no, Christian. So where did that menudo come from? Do you remember, Nancy?
Somebody
made it. It was really good. It's the first menudo I've ever eaten that I liked.
It wasn't until 20.
I was sick then too, so it was different.
2019?
Yeah, 2018 or 2019.
That Christmas? Does it include tinsel? That's what.
Oh,
yeah. It comes with.
It was a wonderful Christmas. I remember that because that's when we first got to meet.
The Christmas menudo is made out of reindeer. I know. Sorry, folks. I'm having a moment here.
And what's that?
No, at the last.
It was when what's your little nephew's name? Manny?
Mateo?
Mateo. It was when Mateo, it's the first time we met Mateo. He was a super little baby and he was still doing the happy food dance, which was so cute. And that was the year.
Levi?
No, the little one, okay. Manny.
So the last Christmas we were there, we were at. But it wasn't Christmas, babe.
Yeah, it was because that's when I got the air fryer, the go air fryer from.
That's
her
right.
husband.
That's right. We were at Marcy's house.
We were at Marcy's house. Yeah.
We were at Marcy's house. That's the year we were playing that box game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and I got the air fryer that year, which was like the best gift I think I've ever
that
received.
Must have been 2018.
Right.
Because we already had the fryer by the end.
No, yeah. That was the Christmas I got the fryer. I got it from the Secret Santa.
Yeah, yeah.
And Marcy's husband was
Mo.
And Mo, and like the big story she told me was that Mo did a lot of research to get me to get.
Yeah, by the way, talk about
a fantastic air fryer.
Okay, Albesa made it.
Oh, there you go. Now that makes
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this whole history down there. But anyway, her menudo is pretty good. That menudo was pretty good.
And Levi's like a teenager now, right? Like he's not even little anymore.
Oh, I missed little Levi.
He's like a big boy,
now
a young man now.
By the time we go back again, we'll be able to take Mateo with us shopping.
Oh, absolutely. Mateo's.
Yeah. These are all the Texas nephews for all of you.
Yeah, this is Daniel's family in Texas, and they're growing, and the ones who were young when I met them are all now off to college or in the military. You know, what is that? It's
Roberts, one of
Air Force. The Air Force.
One of Robert's Academy. Anyway, by the way, Maddie, you joined in a little late, but Maddie, today is National Texas Day. Just in case you know, so National Texas Day. Happy Texas. I thought here's where just to end because we're about to go into pick of the weeks. I always thought that Texas Day was during October when it's fair month in Texas. It's the State Fair of Texas is in October. I always thought that National Texas Day was in October, but here I am corrected. It is the first day of February. So again, Felicidades, hello Texas, to all the
I
people.
find it hilarious that the only true state fair I've been to that felt like a traditional, like old-fashioned type state fair was the one in Tennessee when we went with Berkeley and Matt.
But wasn't that the county fair?
Was it the county?
That wasn't the
I thought it was the
fair.
state. Was it
wasn't
the
state
county?
fair. It was the county
Well,
fair.
all I can say is it's the only one I've ever been to that really felt like a hardcore fair, just like a stereotypical fair.
Down home.
And I guess it's also because we ate like everything that could be fried. We basically sampled, and I won't say the rest.
No,
You know exactly where I'm going with that.
no. If you ever want to hear the rest of the story, you're gonna come to our house to eat, and we'll tell you about it. But no.
Yeah. And but it was really funny because they also had the like old-fashioned village that was there where it had all the old
Yeah.
shops and the old
Maybe
blacksmith.
it was the state fair. Maybe it was.
Maybe it was because it was kind of cool. And it had
Did
a
they
lot
have
of
rides? I don't remember any rides.
No, it didn't have. I don't. Oh wait, it did. The rides were near where. Leave it to a food addict to remember it by food. Where we were getting all the fried food, there were rides. Like when we were getting the fried food, the rides were right next to where all the food.
But did I get on any rides? I don't remember.
No, not that time. We didn't do any rides that time.
Because I'm a big ride person, so I can't
But we
imagine
didn't do
that
any
I
rides
did.
because no one else wanted to do it. You were the only one who wanted to go. Berkeley and I and.
Didn't I
and
get
Matt.
on one at least? Because I must have gotten on something.
No, you
No,
didn't.
that's weird.
No,
Okay.
it actually it was getting kind of humid and hot, and
That was hot.
we were yeah, imagine in Tennessee, and we were. I think we kind of weren't there the whole day or anything.
What is my river carnival ride? Anything that spins.
Oh yeah, it seems like it's a family affair there.
Anything that spins. When
When
Beba
it's
and
Orange
Alexis,
County Fair,
they came, we went to the county, the OC
and you
fair.
guys basically made yourselves sick as dogs.
But they
right?
got sick.
They did. They were like, because we bought food, they're just like, oh, I can't eat.
I got off
And
the
you guys
ride.
got
I
on
wanted-
that serious, crazy one that goes way high. It is 3 different directions of circling. It was insane.
we got off the ride, and I was like, "Elote? Anybody?"
Yeah, because they had huge elote, like foot-long elotes. It was really amazing.
Yeah. The scarier and again, another side story. The reason I love scary rides is because of my sister.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's because of my sister. So, okay, so I'll tell that story before we go. Are you ready for your pick?
Oh, sure. My pick of the week is a movie called The Menu. The Menu stars Ralph Fiennes. I need to look at the names. Ralph Fiennes, or it's not Fiennes, it's Ralph Fiennes. Anya Taylor-Joy, who was in The Queen's Gambit. She was the young lady. And Nicholas Hoult. And he's been in a lot of movies. He plays a really good sociopathic white guy. And I think I've always seen him in those type of roles. This is about this exclusive restaurant called Hawthorne that's on an island on the East Coast. You basically catch a little ferry. You catch they have like a private boat that takes you from like New York City to the island. And it is this crazy roller coaster ride. Like I'm thinking like, oh, it's something about the food is going to be interesting. Because that's, you hear something called The Menu and you think, oh, that must be it. I'm going to just say, you have to watch it. It's called The Menu and it's on, I'm trying to remember what service it was on. I was having trouble figuring out what service to watch it on. I think it's on, I wanted to say Netflix. Not 100% sure. It might be HBO Max too. But either way, it's on a streaming service. And I just watched it last night. And this movie, HBO Max. Good. That's it. It's on HBO Max. Thank you, Madeline. It is a mind trip. Like what you think and what you're expecting possibly with a movie called The Menu, it's well written. Someone really thought this one out. Or if it's based on a novel, it had to be fantastic. But it's really, really good. and has a great set of actors in it. Judith Light is also in it, and yeah, it was great. It was really, really good, and I highly recommend it.
Cool.
It's great for an evening.
My pick of the week is a show called Reasonable Doubt. It's on Hulu. It's 9 episodes long, so you can catch them all. You can binge them. It's the story of this attorney who is going through a divorce and a separation and all the trials that come with it. But pretty much all of it is talking about this particular client. It starts off with this particular client and this case and figuring out who killed who and who did what. But one of the cool things, it's one of the producers is oh shoot, I just lost it. One of the producers is where is she? Darn it. My bad. I'm sorry. I just had it, and one of the producers. Oh my God! Why did I forget all of a sudden? She was in Good Graces Garza, but I'll tell you in a minute. But the reason I liked it is because it's very raw. It's very adult content, but it's just the story of this attorney who is dealing with her separation. She deals with her friends, her kids, the whole balance of working mother and trying to keep everything together. A mother who is very intrusive. Kerry Washington is one of the co-producers. And so it kind of follows that line of Scandal, but it takes it to another level. Watch it. I caught the first episode and I was kind of like, it's another lawyer show until they get really gritty. The language is not made for television, so make sure you don't watch it with kids. But once you watch the first episode and get to the end, you'll start getting hooked. I'm on episode 3, but I had to tell you about it because the storyline is really good. It's on Hulu. It's streaming now, so go check it out.
Yeah, I'm like sitting there going,
Kerry
Washington. Kerry Washington. Ralph Fiennes. I've mispronounced his name forever. Barbarian at Orange Cover.
Barbarian. I know you mentioned it, but no, I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. Is that another on HBO too?
What is the name again? The one that I mentioned is Reasonable Doubt on Hulu.
On Hulu, yeah.
And Christian's pick of the week is The Menu on HBO Max.
Yeah, on HBO Max. And mine is a movie, so it's have a couple hours set aside for it. And Daniel's is a series, so you can binge it.
And each episode is about 45 minutes long.
Yeah, so it goes really quick.
The scary movie that took a crazy unseen turn. No, I haven't seen it.
No, we haven't seen that yet. Barbarian, is that on? What service is that on?
Make sure we mark it down because remember I'm at your house and I'm like, I want to watch a scary movie with you. And then we can
never heard you say that.
You're welcome. Yeah. I will watch it at midnight when kiddos asleep. Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Daniel's series is not appropriate. Okay, it's not family oriented.
There is one, I can't tell you because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, don't.
Scene
that is definitely not kids.
Yes, there is a scene that's very adult. It's on HBO Max. Okay, we'll check it out. And there's a scene where something very adult happens. And she knows her husband is watching her on the screen.
Now you've just basically
no. I'm not telling everything. But then you're like, oh, perra, escándalo, and I was like, oh. So that's on episode 2, and I'm like,
2, not even 3.
I'm like, oh my God, this is where we're going with this. This is where we're going.
Yeah, this whole series, the whole series of Daniel's Reasonable Doubt. Once you get past the first episode, it really takes off. It like rocket ships to full speed.
Yeah. Pressure Cooker. Pressure Cooker is such a cool little cooking show. I finished watching it.
Oh, Pressure. Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll finish watching it.
It was good. Yes. But no, yes. Oh my, when you get to that scene, text me, and let me know that you saw it, because it's one of those like.
It's a scandalo.
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way: if you've ever broken up with somebody, and you wanted to be petty AF, this is that scene. So good, so good.
It is. It is very good. It's a very good show. Like I said, once you get past the first episode, it really does take off fairly quick. I could say the pilot, I could have not watched it. I could have made that decision. I didn't think the pilot was that strong, but it's strong enough to obviously get them there. But
remember, at first has a B feeling, and you're screaming like dummies. Then you get smacked with the major left turn. I know. I remember you told us about it, but Christian wrote it down, so we're gonna watch. I'm gonna be over there Sunday, so we'll watch it. Mi querida Manuela, ¿cómo estás? Saludos a Texas. Mi querida Manuela de Texas, hoy es el día de Nacional de Texas. Felicidades, Texas. Manuela has a radio station in Texas, so I've been a guest on her show several times.
Oh, terrific. Hi, Manuela.
Yes, make sure you see it. And for those who know, one of the reasons Manuela, like I really enjoyed chatting with her is because our mom was named Manuela, so that was really cool. So anyway, we want to remain ready. We're almost running out of time. Remember that every Monday, check out horoscopes on all of our social media pages. Also, next Monday will be the next episode of Insightful, a movie review show. And next week we're watching. We're reviewing Torch Chunk Trilogy. Which I actually. Christian says he's had trouble finding it online, but I have a copy, so I'm going to pull it out of the closet and and watch it. The irony of that.
Well, and he was seeing. It's funny that he said, "Oh, I have a DVD. We can watch that." And I'm like, I don't think I have a DVD player. I don't even have one in my computer anymore. Like, laptops don't come with them, and because everything's streaming. And then I realized, hi, Ellie. And then I realized Daniel goes, well, doesn't your PlayStation have a DVD player? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what they used to do.
Yeah.
We used to get games on disc. You say that to some kids now, they won't even know what you're talking about.
Well, because also, we're voting again. I'm voting through SAG, to the union.
Oh, yeah.
Oscars, and we're starting to get the screeners.
TVs?
Yeah, the movie.
I thought they were all giving them electronically now.
But some of them are still coming
the old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned way. So for those of you, I belong to SAG, which is the Actors Union, and they send you either a digital code to go online, or they still send you the DVD to watch, which is kind of cool because I have a lot of really cool movies on DVD that knowing we can stream them. I mean, we can watch them. Like I have Coda, which is one of my favorite movies lately.
I never saw it. I need to watch Coda.
You can watch it. I'll watch it again with you. But anyway, remember, folks, next week, Monday, Insightful, join us. And remember, if you have a movie that you are you really like it, you're really connected to it, or you really hate it, and you want to tell us why, tell us about it. Come on the show. We'll watch it before the show, and then we'll talk about it. And you can be our guest co-host. We still haven't had one, but this is episode 3. So we're looking for somebody. In the future, Christian and Daniel, should sing your own theme song just for fun. You never know. You never know. We might. Yeah, Coda is a really cool movie. Cried. Remember, Wednesdays, it's Christian and Daniel. On Fridays, we've got Card Table Presents Zodiacs with my guest co-host, Richard Wayne Kilgo II. We've had some really good Friday night shows. So if you're not joining us, please do. And remember, we pull out cards. You get a little mini reading. It's really cool. And then on Saturdays, we've got Put It Together live stream, which I don't have a show this week because we're actually going to go see Junior, our godson. So, yay, we're going to go spend the day with him. And
I can't wait.
We're going to go shopping. We're going to go shopping for his baptism clothes. Which, by the way, update on the baptism thing, because I know I talked about it before I went to it last week or 2 weeks ago. Oh, did I mention it last time that it was so? Oh no, yeah, I did talk about it. I mentioned that it was so unceremonious, and it was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway,
Yeah. Basically, Daniel's all set to become Little Junior's podcast.
I know I keep saying I need to program it, but I hadn't had time. But I need money for work. I don't have a job right now, so $20 for a copy of Grumpy Bunny, English or Spanish, signed by me. That includes delivery. So order your book now, whatever page you're on. Just send me a message, and I will get you the information on how to pay for it and to get your address. And we'll get you your own copy of Grumpy Bunny and the Color. Several people that I sent it to or have sent me pictures. One of my friends, Tommy Lee Kirby, who I do the podcast with, the mental. He sent me a picture of his little girl sitting with it. He was telling me that every time she feels upset, she goes, "Daddy, read me Bunny," and she reads Bunny. So I'm really excited about that. Yes. All right, folks. Anything else before we go?
Now, everyone, have a great rest of your week. Welcome to. Hope you had a good hump day, and we will see you on the other side.
All right. Bye.